My husband has turned into a resentful monster ever since I quit being a stay at home mom and becoming independent, and it feels like I'm walking on eggshells. So I think our marriage has reached its final chapter. My husband and I have been together for 16 years, and we have 2 kids. It's mostly been a good relationship with normal ebbs and flows. The past year has been pretty difficult on my end, and I think I've reached my breaking point. I just want to make it clear before I start that my husband is a good man and I do love him. I've been a stay at home mom for most of our marriage. It was out of necessity rather than desire on my part. My husband was working at building his business, and we needed a flexibility of me being home. I had a job I loved, but I didn't make much and it just made sense at the time. I also homeschool our children because it works well for us. I did all the normal stay at home mom stuff: dinner, cleaning, laundry, bills, etc. He did help when needed and was never resentful of it. He worked very long hours and lots of weekends, but I supported him because owning his own business was his dream. About 3 years ago, I started to feel some fatigue from being the primary caregiver of our children. I wanted more, and our business was pretty stable, so we agreed that I'd go back to school. Our children are old enough now that schooling them is less hands on. So, again, it made sense. I graduated with my 2 year degree last year and started nursing school shortly thereafter. This is when things started to get rough. Nursing school is a total time suck. It requires so much time and so much energy. We discussed the shifting of responsibility and how difficult this was going to be on all of us, and he said he was supportive. He started making snide comments about things he was doing at home, things I had always taken care of, things that I guess he just didn't realize I did. I tried to communicate with him, see what could be done to make things easier on him for this transition. He is not a good communicator, though, so I didn't push. A mistake on my part. The comments started getting more frequent and meaner. We've never been mean to each other. It's just not how we fight. Or rather, hasn't been how we fight. He started getting resentful of the time I was up at school or volunteering. I do volunteer quite a bit. Summer came and I thought things would get better. I got a job where I work a few days a week from 7 to 7. I love my job so much, and it's really nice to finally be able to contribute to our income. It's really empowering. Over the past few months, I've become a lot more independent. Historically, I've needed my husband a lot. I had some really serious depression after our kids, and I couldn't do much without him, like go to the doctor or grocery shop or whatever. Over the past 5 years, I've gotten that under control. Through nursing school, I've made a lot new friends that I like to spend time with. We grab quick dinners and sometimes head to the movies. This apparently bothers my husband, though he's never actually verbalized it. I started to come home from an activity, volunteering, or a night out with friends, to rage on his part. He would yell at me, call me names, and say horribly hurtful things. He went through and read my text messages, trying to find something I'm doing wrong. My friend group is mixed female and male, and most are younger than I am. When I come home, I never know how he'll react. Last night was pretty bad. He stopped replying to my random "I love you" text, and this morning didn't bother to say it back. He's hanging up on me. He's ignoring me. He's treating me really badly. He twists my words and describes them. Emotions that I'm just not feeling. I feel like I'm dying inside. Any self-esteem I've gained from following my dreams, he's crushing. While I don't think he's harmful to me, I feel a lot like I did when I was in a harmful relationship. Walking on eggshells, trying to test the room when I walk in, afraid to do anything that might upset him, being overly nice so that he'll be nice back. To be clear, I'm home most nights. I might go out with friends once a week or twice, but once is during the day, like this week. Sunday, I went to dinner with a friend that was leaving for New York the next day. I was gone 2 hours, maybe. Monday, I was home. Tuesday, I was working all day, then went up to the school for midnight registration. Wednesday is my weekly volunteer day, and whoever is volunteering goes out for food after for about an hour. Today, I'm working a short shift. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm home. I'm just done. I'm so tired of feeling badly about myself, like I'm doing something wrong. I've tried to talk about all of this 1,000 times. I never fight back when he's yelling at me or calling me names. I've suggested counseling. I'm going to therapy myself, but he's not interested. The problem is, I don't want my marriage to be over. I love him, and I promised him forever. I don't break my promises. I just want things to go back to where they were a year ago. I need help. What should I do? Thanks in advance. Relevant comments comment. 1. You need to hold your ground on this. He is harming you. He needs to openly discuss and admit that you being independent is bugging him. Now he's just allowing it to build up to the point divorce will be your only option. He needs to discuss either openly with you or go to counseling. If not, there's no way to recover. Response, thanks for your reply. He does tell me that my independence bothers him. He feels like I don't need him anymore or that I'll be okay without him, which I would, as he would without me. But he won't do anything to resolve these feelings or communicate what I can do to reassure him that I do still need him. It's one of those I don't need you to save me. I need you to stand by me while I save myself type of things, and he's just not okay with that comment. 2. If he can't see you grow into a position that he himself was or still is at, then it sounds like he has a very dominant type of personality. Dealing with such people is hard. If it affects your love for him and harms your kids, then I would definitely get out of there. I'm the son of a single mother. As much as I love my father, he couldn't support us. While it sounds a little different for you, he definitely seems to see this as a sort of competition response. The competition things is so on the money. My gosh. And while I'd like to think that my kids don't know what's going on, that's very short-sighted of me. Update while my original post didn't get a ton of feedback, I thought I'd update. About a month after I posted, I asked him for a separation. He agreed. I moved out, and I've got my own place now. I thought maybe moving out would be the wake-up call that was needed to save the marriage. But it wasn't. However, it turned out to be the best thing for all of us. We share custody of our children, and they transitioned to public school and are doing very, very well. I'm doing pretty well too. It's been hard and there have been a lot of UPS and downs, but it's been worth it. We're all so much happier now, and my ex and I are working really well together to co-parent our kids, and we're even friends. We'll always be there for each other, but we're better off apart. Not the happy ending that I was hoping for, but a happy ending nonetheless. Relevant comment. Sounds like she made the right call in the end. Sometimes you can't fix what's already broken.